Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coffee with Craig show. We'll be talking about commercial real estate in Central and Eastern Europe.
So good Wednesday morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coffee with Craig show. We have a lot of things going on. We're working on all of our events. So our Back to Business cocktails, September 16th, our OctoberFest event, October 22nd at the InterContinental Hotel, and our CEE Investment Awards, which is taking place also at the InterContinental Hotel, October 20th and 21st. Also, don't forget about all of our magazines. Our next one is going out at MIPIM, which is the beginning of September. And then we have EXPO Real, which is in October, and which is our investment guide in October. And then our retail guide, which is always comes out in November, and that's coming out for MAPIC. And of course, also at the beginning of September, we have our Retail Week, which we're doing in partnership with MAPIC as well. And we'll be covering the shopping centers, open air malls, big box retail, e-commerce logistics, and also shopping centers. So a lot of good things there. So let us know if you're in the retail sector and want to be involved in that. We'd love to have you. Now we'll just take a little 20-second break, and we'll then join right in with Winston Norman, our editor-in-chief of EuropaProperty.com, to give you today's news.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now preparing for the CEE region's flagship event for investors and developers, the Europa Property Investment Awards, which will be live and online October 20th and 21st. With a total of over 400 international and regional attendees, this event is not to be missed.
Good morning and welcome to the Coffee with Craig show. And we'll start today with the market of green financing instruments for ecological buildings is growing, says Colliers and Berlin Hype. Green bonds have evolved into one of the fastest growing investment vehicles, Colliers say. And according to a recent Climate Bond Initiative report, sustainable debt reached USD 1.7 billion by the end of 2020. And further, 2020 was a record year in terms of the value of issued instruments, which amounted to USD 700 billion, almost twice as much as the year before. Just to continue, Berlin Hype say that sustainable debt instruments continue to be of great interest to buyers. This is due to the ever-increasing role of sustainable policies among institutional investors, as well as regulatory requirements introduced at the European Union level. Both Colliers and Berlin Hype experts emphasize that this is worth investing in increasing the energy efficiency of buildings. Colliers go on to say, for several years we've been observing an increase in demand for space in buildings certified in such standards as BREEAM or LEED. This is due to the increased concern of companies for the natural environment, as well as for the well-being of their employees. The growing role of social, environment, and economical responsibility, ESG, in companies is also significant. ESG is a business strategy that takes into account environmental and social aspects in the organization's operations and has been increasing in recent times. In conclusion, owners must ensure the modernization of their buildings, as it may turn out that commercial buildings that do not meet EU requirements, e.g. energy consumption, may significantly lose their value or be completely ignored in the process of making investment decisions by key players on the market. Moving on, Anima Finance has expanded its successful Stop Shop Retail Park brand and has completed its first acquisition in the northern Italian town of San Fior with a project of around 27,000 square meters. The seller was the investment bank Barings, and the sale price was around 35 million euros. And according to Immo Finance, the latest crisis again confirms one important point. Retail parks with an emphasis on everyday products, excellent transportation connections and diverse tenants mix are the clear winners and are very popular with international tenants and with customers. This latest acquisition from Immo Finance increases their Stop Shop portfolio to 109 locations in 10 countries. The portfolio has roughly 750,000 square meters of space and carries an approximate value of 1.1 billion euros. Moving on, and Savills has recently predicted that occupiers looking for a quality workspace in Europe will face tough competition for the best space in the leasing market, despite the most active period of new construction in half a decade. The report echoes the sentiment of Savills' latest impacts publication, which was released last month. The impacts publication identifies that the transition to a hybrid workforce is the biggest challenge businesses will face in the next 5 years. Given low office availability in many locations, it's better to start looking sooner rather than later to find space that will work for you in a hybrid model, it says. The European Office Development Report predicts that an increase in secondary supply is expected to cause an overall increase in the average vacancy rate across the survey area. However, much of this may not be attractive in meeting current occupier requirements, particularly in relation to ESG and digital suitability. European markets predicted to have the highest vacancy rates are expected to be Warsaw with 11%, Bucharest with 11%, say Savills. And Pavel Novak from Savills in the Czech Republic, he says, in the Czech Republic, companies are switching to a hybrid model of working that combines home and office work. And so interest in modern and eco-friendly buildings that are more suited to this style of working is growing. And finally for today, Rabin Group has taken around 7,560 square meters in Panettone Park, Gdansk Airport. This is the largest project in the region. The logistics operator will use a number of solutions dedicated to a specialized logistic operations of a sustainable warehouse. Panettone Park, Gdansk Airport will eventually include over 100,000 square meters and is already 85% complete. And is a result of the developers' continued interest and high work rate in the region. They have delivered 345,500 square meters in the Tri-City region alone. And according to Maciek Stepien, he's the regional director of Rabin Logistics, securing new warehouse space, this time in Gdansk, is a decision that strengthens our presence and engagement in the region. It is also an answer to the needs of our clients who are interested in the storage of their goods and logistics services relatively close to the port and the airport, as well as their distribution across Poland, Europe, and the world. And those are the main headlines from the EuropaProperty.com website today. Please go back to the website for updates. Thanks very much.
Winston, thank you for today's news. Great covering commercial real estate for Central Eastern Europe. For more information, check out EuropaProperty.com. And we will see you tomorrow. And everybody take care of yourselves.
Click here to subscribe to the Coffee with Craig show, and don't forget to share it with your friends.